At the High Court sitting in Nairobi, IEBC, mobile service provider Safaricom, and the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy prepare to present their case before Justice Isaac Lenaola.
Go through the petition, agree on what is legally possible and what you can release to them without having fraud the law. Because some issues like Form 34, Form 35, Form 36, you're entitled to them as a matter of right.
Instead, Justice Lenaola ordered that both parties were to meet and deliberate on a practical arrangement and agreement to offer Cord the documents they require, owing to the public interest and the obvious time constraints. And with that, the court team were invited to the IEBC offices at Anniversary Towers.
Well, the meeting was okay. It was okay. No, that one you will hear in court.
And back at the court, the fine print details of the arrangement were made public. The IEBC agreeing to provide Cord with the following documents: all Form 34, 35 and 36 from all polling stations that will be availed to both parties, but with an undertaking from Cord that they will pay for the cost incurred in photocopying and or printing the documents. They will also provide all the results that were declared electronically at the Bomas of Kenya. Now, there is also the matter of software contracts between IEBC and software developers and providers. These will be granted to the Cord team so long as the confidentiality clause is not tampered with. That is to say, if the third parties agree to grant them the contracts. This, along with the final register of registered voters that will be given to them in soft copy, among others. All these, Cord has argued, will bolster the petition the coalition expects to file at the Supreme Court.
We pray to be afforded access to the same documents and material that have been sought by the applicant, and we are agreeable to access them on the terms agreed between the principal parties in this action.
The Jubilee coalition, that is Tna and Urp, also sought to be enjoined in the petition, and as such, Justice Lenaola granted them their request. What this means is that they, together with the Attorney General, will also receive a copy of the same documents as Cord. The argument being that the petition yet to be filed at the Supreme Court is directed at challenging the declaration of the Jubilee luminaries as President-elect and by extension Deputy President-elect, and therefore they should be in the loop.
There are hundreds of thousands of pages.
IEBC submitted to the court that the volumes of pages to be printed could be in the region of 500,000 pages. This, along with the serial numbers of over 33,000 handheld devices, forming part of the data that the court team will have to sift through as the deadline for filing the petition approaches. Already, the court team has begun printing some of these documents at the Bomas of Kenya.
We are not acting on give us what we want and we'll give you what you want. It is orders from the court that Cord should be given 1, 2, 3 documents. So it is up to IEBC to obey.
They've actually had access to the tallying center. They've gone through each and every step of the process. They've looked at the Form 34s, they've looked at the Form 35s and 36s, and they've set up their own machines. We've given them a facility, a room where they can actually do their copying. And they have their papers and their staff members are going to work amiably.
Thus concludes Day 2 of the IEBC and Cord's appearance in court. Day 3 will be Friday the 15th of March 2013 when they appear for a review of the case. Now on that day, Cord will only be left with 1 day within which to file a petition at the Supreme Court. The fate of Cord, the Jubilee coalition and by extension all Kenyans hanging within the foyers of justice. Willis Raburu, Citizen Live at 9, Nairobi.